Howdy folks again. Dave Man here again, Rollman Revolution. I wanted to talk a little bit about magic, but more important to miracles in a sense. Now, we hear about this all the time, and you hear people even today talk about this in kind of a very loose sense. And they say, I just need a freaking miracle. If only I could get a miracle could happen, that would be great. The thing about miracles is that they're performed specifically by people who are here. So if you are expecting or hoping for a miracle, the only way that miracle happens is that if somebody else becomes that miracle for you. And again, you can look at it this from a variety of different ways. So let's say if the miracle is the lottery, well, somebody had to press the button on that thing to get those balls to come out in a specific order. Now, granted, people would say that's random, but somebody was the miracle. That was the miracle that made it happen. So we look at miracles from a standpoint most of the time that it's so fantastic and it has to come from this weird place of odd and unknowing. When in all reality, miracles happen because either we want them to or we don't. I always tried to become the miracle for somebody else that day. Tried to be a good person every single day because you never know exactly the little things that people are just hoping for. Now, a lot of us, have hoped for things that are just so ridiculously off the chart. They're really things that we don't even need. But we beg and we piss and we moan about those things, hoping that something will happen. Well, every once in a while those things do happen. But miracles and magic, and this whole realm in particular, everything that we expect as far as relief comes from the people or conscious beings that are currently here. When you think about all of the things that are going on in the world today, the things that are going on in your life, the things that have occurred in your life, they all have been the cause and effect of decisions made by other people and yourself. So the only way things either happen or don't happen here is through the agency that either you or the people involved in the situation either do or do not do. That's real power, and people forget the power that we have, and we think we're powerless. We are, in a sense, because we're stuck into this thing, okay? But this thing has a large amount of reserved energy. It has an endless supply of focal energy, and when it is functioning at its optimal level, it can't be beaten. But this world does things to the human person from a variety of attitudes, all designed to break it, make it feel inferior, and make it feel like it doesn't have any place or power in the world. And I often wonder to myself, how did we get to this point? How did we get to a point where everybody's walking around thinking, including myself, I'm not saying that I'm, because I've done it myself, but you walk around and you think that there's just absolutely nothing that you can do because everything you've tried thus far has really failed, and no matter how much effort you give, sometimes it doesn't seem to have any, nothing ever good comes from it. And I can see how people get frustrated, especially like when we're dealing with the issues of our world today. I mean, all of these problems that we're dealing with are created problems. They could be solved tomorrow if people really wanted to solve them. But then you have to ask the question, well, why aren't they doing that? Well, because those people are either criminals or they just don't give a shit about you. And that's the reality of the world that we are living in today. There are really only two types of people. Those that want to see themselves and others blossom, bloom, and thrive. And another group of people that want to just see themselves blossom, bloom, and thrive while squashing other people in the process because they're better than you. Society throughout this prison earth realm has always been like that. And you go into any prison in the United States or around the world, you'll always have a group of people inside the prison that kind of run the place, right? It's no different on the outside. We think it is, but there's no difference on the outside. You know, being Mother's Day and whatnot, I went down to the beach where I live, and I was shocked at the amount of people here in the United States right now, all over the country. And we have cartel, Mexican, Central American cartel in the United States now. And the reason I know is because their tattoos are very unique. And once you see certain ones, and once you see and understand exactly what those things are, you know where they come from and who they belong to and who they represent. Well, we have some bad people here. And I saw a whole family of bad people here. One in particular today I know for sure they don't belong here. I know for sure they don't belong here. But yet they're having Mother's Day celebration over at the beaches over here. How do these people get here? Why is it all of a sudden in the last 3 years you have seen an internal turnover of what was working into a society that is broken apart in every sector you can imagine? Wars breaking out, debt everywhere, criminality everywhere, a wide open southern border, 14 million illegals scattered throughout, an education system that is broken down, people in groups, broken up into little groups. What Americans don't seem to realize is the way you destroy any nation or any country is the divide and conquer approach, is what they're doing. They drive wedges in every small group or community, telling that group of people that this group of people hate each other. And then it causes a ruckus or a stir up, and then before you know it, those people don't talk or communicate anymore, and it continues. You pick the topic or the environment that you're in, and I can guarantee you, I can find a group of people in the community that are just normally fine, get along with each other. I can find something that those people are passionate about and drive a wedge to cause them to hate each other. And that's what the media has been doing. That's what these psychological operations run by the CIA and the education system is doing by telling your children that, teaching them nonsense so that when they get out or try to converse with people on the outside, nobody has to understand what they're talking about. Drives more wedges, drives further conflict in a culture that can no longer derive what is up, down, left, and right anymore because you completely destabilized it by not educating the parents and the people who are running this place, but furthermore, destroying the future generation's education by filling their brains with nonsense, bullshit that has nothing to do with what's really going on. We often wonder where magic comes from, and we're praying, everybody's praying for miracles today, but the miracle is you. The miracles are the things you have, the powers you have. You know, I often meet people, you know, when I go out and I talk and try to, you know, meet people where they are in their life story, and I am blown away by some of the skills that some people have that they think have no use or utilization. But if you are a smart person, you can find something everybody in this community can do to try to help benefit the team or the nation that they belong to. See, America is filled with such great talent, which is the reasons why China continues to keep stealing ideas from the people who make the ideas here. When you have the ability for free thought and to be able to experiment and talk about things openly, you expand. Everybody benefits from that, and you expand and get bigger and bigger and bigger, but that's what they're trying to stop. They're trying to put a lid on everything. The governments and all of these small bureaucracies of control are trying to put a cap on everything so that you have to go through them to get anything going forward. That's what this whole thing is about, is to trying to drive us mad, fighting against each other while they run away with it all, stealing everything, controlling everything. It's amazing that this can just happen and that everybody thinks that they have a handle and a lid on it all, but they don't. Everybody's still arguing about stupid shit out there. I mean, I watched a lady today argue with another person about male versus female, women. It's like, no, there are only two, and we're not going to keep going over this, but we're still having arguments about that. This is it. Our world has been flipped upside down culturally, by our borders, and our language. So the language, the borders, and the culture have all been manipulated, destroyed, or subverted in some way to cause the crimes and the ridiculousness that we're seeing today. And you got mainstream media literally looking at you and telling you that all of this stuff kind of going on up there is a result of this Trump derangement syndrome. And they have nothing to offer you except a propped up, old, ridiculous, rundown, corrupted Chinese Communist Party puppet Joe Biden. That's their dog and pony in this race. And it's amazing that these people are okay with that man and the crimes his family has obviously done, but nobody seems to want to investigate and dig deep into. I question everything that Congress and the people in charge of the Judiciary Committee, the Ways and Means Committee, all of the committees that we have up there, the Weaponization Committee, what the hell is anybody really doing? Sending nasty letters here and there. Oh, I went on Fox News last night. And I told them I had a scorn in my face, and I told them they better come to the subpoena. These people are constantly giving you the middle finger, and you do nothing. So why would they stop? It's like somebody telling you that you damn better. Remember when your mom used to always discipline you and say, you know, if you don't do this, I'm going to go. And if she never did it, guess what? You just keep on doing it, right? Well, what do you think's happening? But yet our Congress plays the game and goes, yeah, well, we're just going to send another letter. We're going to go on Fox News tomorrow night. We're going to tell them that we're not happy with the way what they're doing over there. It does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. And yet we're, as the American people, are supposed to sit here and just digest this. This is the best we got. These people are a bunch of fools. You wouldn't hire any of these people for your own personal employment job. But yet, our Congress is filled with educated lawyers that come out of these educated schools, right? But yet we know that the universities are all destroyed. I mean, look at Mitch McConnell. I don't know if you saw the recent thing. Mitch McConnell, who's supposedly the minority leader in the Republican Senate, malfunctioned again. How many old geezers do we have in Congress right now that are malfunctioning in the middle of a conversation? I mean, McConnell the other day was asked a question like, what's he think his situation is with the 2026 re-election? And he just went, I mean, I'm not trying to be making fun, but yeah, I am, because that man is a tyrant and needs to go. But the bottom line is that they're still trying to prop this dude up. Kentucky, what the hell are you doing? They're trying to prop up a dude that doesn't know who he is? Who is making the decisions for these people? Clown show is not even the word anymore. If you don't get involved, it means you just don't care. You don't have to friggin' bleed everything, but you sure as hell better start talking about it. You better start doing everything you can to point in the direction of the criminality going on in this country. And when it's time to act, you better be ready, because there are 14 million and growing every day unknown people emptying their jails from all over the country. Like I said, I just saw 3 of them today at the local beaches where I am. I recognize things very, very, very well, and these people were, no doubt about it, cartel. Mexican cartel. Nice vehicles, nice big family, all sorts of it, jewelry, the whole ball of wax, because they're well funded. These people bring fentanyl in there that kills all of the people that you see and hear about. They're living the life in the United States, probably on your dime. It's a possibility that Joe Biden himself invited them in here, but they're here now. And I saw them with my own eyes. I don't know what we have to do anymore to wake people up, but miracles magic power in this realm that we have here comes only through the uniting of the people towards a common goal. And when we fight over this stupid, irrelevant bullshit, abortion, trans rights, oh my God, somebody called me a bad name and now I need to go into a timeout or have, my safe space and all of this other. Here's the thing, in a communistic dictatorship, your safe space, they don't care about, the Constitution will be gone. You don't have freedom of speech, you don't have freedom to do anything. And people who think that they're gonna have all of this, I'm gonna be able to speak out, I'm gonna be able to, all of the trans, all of these people that are gonna be promoting this stuff, you're gonna be the first ones that they're gonna beat up and destroy. They're just using you as a means to drive further wedges. It's amazing how many people, these online influencers, Hollywood types, even political assets, all of them, they think that they get all of this money, and some of them in their brains truly think that they're doing good when they don't have a half of a whit in their mind to be making decisions like this. But that's what we do. We think that if it's good enough for some of these people, then it must be good enough for me. I'm telling the young folks, especially out there, stop listening to the nonsense coming out of these athletes that you hear, that you put up on a pedestal, and all of these Hollywood celebrity types. Oh, it's good enough for Taylor. Oh, well, Taylor's such a brilliant woman. Yeah, she's on the cover of every magazine. She must know what she's talking about. That Taylor girl, she's obviously brilliant. Taylor Swift. You may like her music. She may be one of the best. She may be, depending upon who believes those awards are actually worth a goddamn thing. But that doesn't mean that what she has to say about the geopolitical world has anything to do with reality. Why should I give a crap about what anybody in Hollywood thinks when Hollywood has no connection? They're, especially the really uber big stars, they have no connection to the reality that you're living in. Those people live in an entirely different world. They have handlers that tell them what to say and do. They haven't had a free thought in their entire life, and if they do, it's kind of regulated. They can't just say what they want. People need to start to recognize the power that they have and stop letting other people tell them what to think. You need to know why you believe what you believe. You need to speak out on the things that you know. And if you don't know about something, that's when you start to investigate it on your own. You have to do your own due diligence in this world today, because if you are expecting somebody to spoon feed you the reality of what's going on here, they're going to spoon feed you. They will have no problems. A lot of people will spoon feed you, but they're going to spoon feed you their shit. They ain't going to give you the reality. Why would they give you something that's going to make you stronger, that's going to make you a dangerous monster in the world? Why would they do that? We're living in a time that until you recognize your own power and start to stand up and fight on your own two front feet, you're going to get demolished. This world does not care anymore about knitted brows and mean letters. It's only action towards a common goal in which we all benefit that matters. And if you're not on the team that benefits all of us, America puts this country first, and I got nothing for you. You better get out of my damn way, because I'm going to plow you over. You made a pledge, we all did, that we were going to protect this nation, serve this nation, love this nation, and we have leadership selling us out every single day. No, I don't think that's what the framers had in mind, and I believe there are things in the law that talk about treason and what we do to treasonous actors. These people think they're untouchable, which is why they continue to keep doing the things they're doing right now, while giving you the middle finger, because they don't care, because their criminal buddy friends are in the Justice Department. They control the flow of which direction the legal system goes, so they're protected. They got their friends in the FBI, the CIA, that can, whitewash all the evidence, so they're protected. You see, that's the problem with this whole apparatus. When you have criminals in charge of those apparatuses, what do? They create a scheme within, work the system, cut you out of all of the deals, steal all of your money, and then put their friends to keep that system going. That's Washington, D.C. in a nutshell. And the only way it stops is by you getting involved, I getting involved, you running for office, I running for office. It can be dog catcher. I don't really care. At the local level, take every single one of those positions out of their hands. Put it into the hands of people that you do know, that you do trust. Get on those boards. Get on those precinct committees. Become a voice in your community. Talk to the people within your community. Network with the people in your community. Find out what is wrong within your community, and then start helping those people in your community. And I will show you a brave new world. Miracles happen when we get involved. We are that miracle. We always have been. The power resides within us. And when we want to change the world, we have to make a decision and then act upon that decision. I'm doing everything I can every single day to try to inform people with the time that I have available. But there are so many other people out there right now that have a lot of free time available. And all you have to do is go down and say, look, I don't know anything, but I'd like to try to get involved. This is what I know and this is what I can do. And we can find something for you. Bottom line, it just comes down to having homegrown American people that actually care about this country, want to put this country first, and wants to do its best to try to help us all out so that we all get a piece of the action, so that all of these people in Washington, D.C. don't keep stealing the treasure, so that you have to keep working your ass off until the day you die. No, that's not the way it was originally designed. And these people continue to keep lying about it. It's time to turf them out. It's time to put you in office. It's time to put us in the positions that are going to direct this country towards the most powerful entity ever known to man. And it's been done before, and we're going to do it again. And the way we do it is by putting the right people in the right place at the right time, this time. And we get the rotten garbage out. That's right, Justice Department. That's right, Judiciary Committee. That's Ways and Means Committee, Weapons Committee, Rules Committee. All of you people that have been sitting in there like a bunch of friggin' dogs for the last 20 years, making it a career, making money, side alley deals, back alley deals, lining your pockets while doing the bare minimum and every once in a while punching each other in the eye just to make it look good. But at the end of the day, the country's gotten worse, gotten more broke. The people are getting more insanely desperate. And now you just allowed millions of illegal criminals into the country. And you started taking care of them and started crapping on their own people. Now, I think you're stretching your protection a little too far, and it's only a matter of time before people start to snap. And I'm just saying this as a good, honest, hardworking Americans. You better stop the nonsense there in Congress and start doing your job, because the American people are going to yank you out. It's not going to be pretty. Enough is enough. All anybody's asking you to do is the right thing. And I just watched 198 people the other day save the ass of a man who has no business being a speaker or a leader. Lying son of a bitch who used Jesus Christ, the Bible, and religion as a means to sell his bullshit. There are no Republicans, there are no Democrats anymore. That's a farce, that's a group, that's a box to put you in. It's only us versus them. I'm going to keep reiterating on that until the day we win on November 5th. And we're going to keep fighting shortly thereafter, because it's only going to get harder. These people are destined on bringing the country to its knees. And the only miracle that's going to save it is you. I see things that are slowly getting better. I can feel them. You can see that everything is kind of converging towards a certain point. Now, it may not be the point that everybody is hoping for, but it is the point that all of the focus and hard work is taking us. It's just a matter of time, patience, and continuous non-stop effort. That's what it's going to take. You do your part, I do mine, and this world's going to sort itself out. It's just about helping each other, Finding what you have that works, finding what I have that works, and then working together to try to make something great. There's enough to go around, my friends. There's enough to go around. And we all have different skills and abilities, okay? And when you start to find out what everybody's skills and abilities are, then you can find out, well, you can do this, and I can do this, and we can all do. Before you know it, you can grow together, build something together. That's what America's always done. But they made it harder and harder to do anything. Destroyed families, destroyed businesses, destroyed a lot in less than 3 years. And I've had enough. And I hope you've had enough. Because it's only going to get harder, and I need you. I hope you decide to make that effort and stand up when so many other people are not going to. You're going to be the person 25 years from now is telling your grandchildren, you know what? It was a dying day, man. And it looked pretty bad at one point, but I decided that day that I ain't going to take this shit no more. And we turned that country around. And now we leave it to you to make it better. The future is in your hands, young people. And it's now up to us to put it back into good shape. Make it the strongest country you've ever seen. I'm telling you, you put people like me, you put people like Trump, you put people that actually have worked a little bit in this real world and have seen how this place operates and understand what the needs of actual really people are in this country. When you start to meet people where they are in their life story and you actually see the hells that they're going through, understand the hells that they're going through, it's a lot easier to fix problems when you understand them. And it's a lot easier to fix problems when you don't waste money on shit. We don't need to be spending money on endless wars, constantly giving shit overseas, buying $1 billion this, but no, it stops. Bunch of wasteful spending nonsense. It stops. And it stops when we make it stop. And that's why you get involved where you live. That's why you get involved at the local level. And you start slowly going back in there and you tweaking it. One day, one small conversion at a time, just like they did to try to undo this. The last 30 years have been that managed decline of America, slowly taking away freedom, slowly bankrupting the nation. It's going to take that much longer to try to bring us back. But you got the right people, and our people on this our side of the football are some smart son of a bitches. So I'm telling you, now is the time. Get involved. Make a stand. I remember when America used to really mean something. Just saying that was like, whoa, yeah, pride. But that comes from the people. The government doesn't represent you. We are better than that. We're going to show them what we're made of. I hope to see you out there, my friends. It's only the beginning, and I'm going to be with you all the way to the end. I hope to see you out there. We got this. Not only do we got this, but we're going to make the miracles that change the world for everyone. That's what we do. We're Americans. We're strong, we're tough. We don't take no shit from nobody. We're going to win. See you soon, my friends. Take care.